Hello, everyone, and welcome back to class. My name is Audrey, and today, as you can see in the description, we will have a reading lesson, okay? And I think this topic is quite interesting. So the topic of the article is Dream of a Future Where You Don't Have to Waste Time Sleeping. So we all spend so much time sleeping. Scientists are now trying to figure out ways of how we can better utilize our time or save time by sleeping more efficiently. So as we're reading through this article, be thinking of how you feel about it and share with us your comments, your opinion, and we will love to hear it. Okay, so I apologize about the strange lighting in the room. The sun is going down and I can't get any more lighting. However, I hope you can ignore it. I'll put the screen up here in just a second and we will get started. So those of you who have reservations or who have tickets can go ahead and join now and we will get started shortly. So let's see, we have Juan. Welcome, Juan. How are you?
Very good, and you, teacher?
Very good, very good. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Costa Rica.
Okay, excellent, excellent. I'm planning a trip to there. Where do you live?
In San Jose.
Oh, very good, very good. I'm going to be very close to there next year, hopefully. So I hope you like it there.
Okay, yeah, and I hope you can come here.
Yes, I hope so too. So excellent, nice to see you. And have you been on Verbling for a while? Are you new, or have you been here for a while?
I've been for around 3 weeks.
Okay, very good. Nice to have you in class. So again, right now we're just waiting on the rest of our classmates to come. I hope that you don't have any trouble joining, the rest of you, and we'll get started shortly. But I'll go ahead and put the topic up on the screen. Okay, so again, we can look at the title that's both in the description and on the screen. Those of you who are in the class and will join the class can click on my screen to make sure that my screen stays up so you can see it at all times. Okay, but what we're talking about is how these dreams of not having to sleep as much, of being able to work more, to spend more time with your friends and family without having to sleep, how those ideas might be becoming a reality. So some of the things are controversial. You might have different opinions or you might disagree with some of these practices. But please go ahead and join the class. We'll go through practicing pronunciation, learning vocab, and of course discussing about this topic. Okay, so I'll ask you, Juan, what do you think about this idea? Do you feel like sometimes you spend too much time sleeping?
Sometimes. However,
Okay.
I would like more time to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. I guess the problem is sometimes we get frustrated that we wish we could just not sleep and then we'd be able to get more things done. But it doesn't always work like that. Okay, let's see. We also have Rodolfo. Welcome. How are you? Are you
Hello.
there, Rodolfo?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
Excellent. Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Nice to have you in class. Okay, so what do you think about this topic, Rodolfo? Do you find sometimes you're frustrated with how much you have to sleep?
Not really. I usually want more sleep.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. That's me too. Okay, excellent. We also have Diego. Welcome back, Diego. Are you there? We can't hear you. You might need to unmute your microphone.
My microphone. how
Oh,
are you?
there we go.
How are you
Very
again?
good, very good. Nice to have you in class. Okay, and you're from, remind me, Colombia?
Yes, I'm from Colombia.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So we'll go ahead and get started with this lesson. Okay, we'll start with just the title and the introduction. And Diego, would you read it for us?
Of course. Um, but I can't see the document.
Oh, you can't see the document? Make sure that you
Mm.
click on my screen, and I'll also post it
Of
again
course, of course.
in the chat. Okay,
And
can you see it now?
dream of a future where you don't have to waste time sleeping. Scientists are working hard on finding ways, pharmaceutical, neurological, to end the tyranny of 8 hours at night.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Great pronunciation, no problems there. So this is the beginning of our article and our introduction text. And we'll start with you, Diego. Were there any words that you didn't understand in that brief section?
Maybe tyranny, or
Mm-hmm.
tyranny.
Tyranny, just like you said. Okay, so tyranny. What do you think it means? Does anybody in the class know what it means, a tyranny?
Like something imposed or obligatory.
Mm-hmm. Right. Something that we have to do, right? Okay, we're obliged or obligated to sleep for 8 hours a night. So scientists are working hard trying to find ways to end this obligation. Okay, so we always have to sleep maybe at least 5 or 6 hours a night. Sometimes we don't sleep for 8 hours. But again, they're trying to find ways where we don't have to sleep as much. Okay, any other questions, any other words you didn't understand in just that section? Okay, so let's go ahead to the next section. And after the first couple sections, we'll get an idea of what you think about this project that the scientists are working on. So Juan, would you read us the next one?
Okay. Can you help me out to
Sure.
with the first one? I got lost.
Yeah, it starts with think about. Think about.
Okay. Think about what we might do with 50% more conscious lifetime. You could spend more time with the kids, visit Africa, or start on that novel you're always talking about. How? Not by actually living longer as such, but by cutting down on your biggest time waster, sleep.
Okay, very good. Again, excellent pronunciation. So we're suggesting here not that sleep is bad, but just that it wastes a lot of time. And this is what the author feels. This is what these scientists are trying to fix. So we want to give you more time, not by making you live longer, but by having you waste less time sleeping. Okay, any questions that you had there? Juan, we'll start with you.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, very good. Anybody else have any questions in that section?
No.
Okay, perfect. So let's gauge your opinions at this point. What do you think about scientists trying to find a way for us to sleep shorter? Do you think it's a good idea, or what do you think?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay, and why is that? What do you think the bad things are about it, Rodolfo?
I just don't really like that we should be able to sleep less. I think the natural way is better.
Right, so it does seem a little unnatural not to have to sleep so much.
Yes, in kinda, because I think those methods they used can have their consequences.
Mm-hmm. Right, and we'll have to read the rest of the article. We'll have to see what kind of methods they're using to make us not have to sleep so much. But that's an interesting and valid opinion that it seems quite unnatural to change this. What does everybody else think? Do you agree with Rodolfo, or do you think that maybe this could be a good thing?
Yes, he's right. Absolutely right.
Okay, so Alexi, you agree. What do you think, either Juan or Diego? What do you think?
It will be great. It will be great if possible can it become possible.
Mm-hmm.
You achieve your dreams, a lot of dreams that you have, and maybe you a lot of people have difficult works that in which they spend a lot of time working 10 or 12 hours, and after that it's very difficult to get another dreams or to, to get another dreams like that cannot be possible for the longer work.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So we're kind of limited. Our bodies are limited because we have to stop and sleep. So it would be interesting to see if it's possible to make us have to sleep shorter. Okay, very good. Juan, did you want to give your opinion?
Yes, I also agree with Diego. Um, if there was a way to cut down on sleep, but in a healthy way, it would be awesome because you will be able to take advantage of your day, not only on professional or academic activities, but social ones.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, however, I think it will be a little bit difficult to achieve it, but it will be great.
Right, right. So I guess the important thing is if it's healthy or not. If it's healthy to undergo these practices or these changes that the scientists are suggesting.
Yeah, because well, there are ways to stay up more time, but at the end, it's more dangerous than
Mm-hmm.
and actually, and you're not that productive.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Okay, excellent. So it's nice to hear that we have a variety of opinions. So let's continue and we'll see what we find out. And we'll go to Rodolfo. Would you like to read the next one for us?
Okay. In an extended essay at Ion Magazine, Jessica Campbell discusses several new technologies, from the Somneo sleep trainer to transcranial direct or direct.
Direct. It could be either way, really.
Okay. Direct current stimulation, DDCS, that improve the efficiency of sleep and could allow us to need less of it. Now, a lift at 150% might be within our grasp. Are we brave enough to choose it? Gamble asks.
Okay, excellent. So your pronunciation was very good. I just wanted to point out some of the word stress, okay? So let's look at this word right here. It should be essay. So the stress is on the first syllable, essay.
Okay, essay.
Okay, perfect. And then this one right here should be efficiency. The stress is on the second syllable, efficiency.
Efficiency.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, everything else was great. So we'll start again with you, Rodolfo. Did you have any questions while you were reading this? Any words that you didn't understand?
Well, the Somnio sleep trainer to transcranial direct current stimulation, I really didn't understand that.
Okay, these are two examples of the new technologies that might be possible to help us sleep shorter. So the first one is this one, the Somnio Sleep Trainer. That's what the technology is called. And then the next technology is the transcranial direct current stimulation, which they abbreviated TDCS.
Oh, okay. Thanks,
so
Audrey.
So they're just giving us two examples of technologies that might help us to sleep less. Okay, any other questions?
Oh, also,
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, this word, within our grasp. Does anybody know what that means, within our grasp? So it means our grasp is within our reach, so we can reach it. A life lived at 150% might be within our grasp, or we might be able to reach or accomplish that.
Okay.
Okay, good question. Alexi, did you have a question?
No.
Okay, it's okay. Anybody else? Okay, excellent. So these, again, are these two technologies that we're going to be looking at and learning about. And as we go through, try and form your own opinions about these two technologies. Do you think that they would be safe or practical to use to help us become more efficient? Okay, so let's find out a little bit more about them. And Alexi, could you read the next section?
Yes. Gamble argues that the custom of sleeping 8 hours on a raised mattress is culturally created. Though it's a good way of revitalizing body and mind, there is no reason to do it at night, and for so long, is there a better way? Now, several researchers are looking beyond stimulants that simply curtail sleepiness to methods that improve sleep itself. Many words that I haven't seen before.
Okay, no problem. We'll go through them together. Let me first correct two words of pronunciation, okay? The first one is this word, and we mentioned this in the last class. It should be raised. Raised. Okay, on a raised mattress.
Raised?
Right. So instead of separating, it's not raised, it's raised together.
Raised.
Right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and the other word I wanted to correct was this one, revitalizing. Revitalizing.
Revitalizing.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. So you said there were many words that you didn't understand or that were new to you. So tell us what the first one is.
Mattress. Mattress.
A mattress. What is a mattress? Anybody in the class?
I don't know.
Okay, anybody know what a mattress is?
Oh,
This is what we place after the bed, on the bed.
Is it the thing with which you cover yourself while you are sleeping?
Thing that is under your body.
Right. So like Camilo said, it's what we place on the bed. It is the bed, really. Okay. So it's the thing that we sleep on our bed. So
Матрас.
not
На русском, in Russian, матрас. Матрас.
it's very close, very similar. Okay, yeah. So
But
your mattress is what the main part of your bed, the soft part that you sleep on. Go ahead, Alexei.
But how to understand this sentence at all? In the whole sentence.
Okay, yeah. Let's look at this sentence because
Custom of sleeping.
I
Custom.
think this is an interesting sentence. So let's look at it. Gamble argues that the custom of sleeping 8 hours on a raised mattress is culturally created. Okay, so sleeping 8 hours on a raised mattress. That's what we typically do. We typically think of this as a typical night. So you sleep 8 hours on your mattress, and that's a normal night. That's what we all want to do. But Gamble is the person who is writing about this study. Gamble says that this is only a cultural custom, that it's not required that your body sleeps 8 hours on a mattress, but that we do it because it's cultural. We're used to sleeping 8 hours on a mattress. Okay, did you understand? Do you understand what the sentence means?
Because we are used to do that, yes?
Right. That's what he's saying. The only reason we sleep 8 hours on a regular mattress, on a bed, is because we're used to doing it. That's what we do culturally. But there's no need to do that exact thing. Okay?
Custom of sleeping. Custom of doing
The custom
something.
is like, right, a custom is something that you usually do.
Custom, okay. Like habit. Yes.
Right, like a habit. Okay, so the habit, he's saying that this is only a habit. This is only something that we do because everybody else does it. We grew up doing it, and we're used to sleeping 8 hours on a mattress. But your body doesn't necessarily need to sleep for 8 hours. Okay, yeah, was there a question?
Teacher,
Yeah, go ahead.
custom with a letter E in the end. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Joel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, custom with a letter E in the end means a cloth.
Right, that word is costume. Costume. Let me write it here in the chat.
Costume.
Right, a costume
Can you
is
write it on the? No, I can't see the chat on the verbally. I just can see on the back on the chat sheet. Can you write there?
Okay, sure, let me write it there. Okay, so a costume is, like you said, an article of clothing. Usually,
Costume.
right, something that we wear for a holiday, something that we dress up as.
Suit.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not
It is
a
a
suit.
costume. It
Right,
is a
this one is-
costume.
This one is pronounced costume.
And the first is a custom.
Right, we have custom and
Costume is their clothes. Am I right?
Right, costume is the clothes.
Costumes. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Good question, though.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so very good. Any other questions about this section here? And Lexi, you said you had several words that you didn't know. What was
Yeah,
another word
yeah.
you didn't know?
Revitalizing.
Okay, it's a good way of revitalizing body and mind. So think about that word in there, vital, meaning living. Okay, so what does it mean, revitalizing? Anybody else in the class?
I think
You get more energy or more.
yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Right,
yes, he's
right.
right.
Exactly. So giving it more energy, okay? Bringing it back to life, giving it life. Okay, so sleeping 8 hours, remember what he's talking about. Sleeping 8 hours is a good way of revitalizing body and mind, or giving your body and mind more energy and life. Okay? Other questions?
Curtail. Curtail. To
Right,
curtail.
simply curtail. To curtail means to reduce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are
Curtail. Yes. Curtail.
curtail,
Curtail.
curtail.
Curtail. Curtail.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. So these researchers are looking beyond stimulants because we already have stimulants that can keep us awake, things like coffee and even drugs. But we're looking beyond those stimulants into other ways to curtail or reduce sleepiness. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, so let's go to the next section. Again, be thinking about what you think about these new technologies and how they could be useful. So we'll go with Camila. Welcome to the class. I didn't get a chance to welcome you. Where are you from?
Hello, I am from Nicaragua.
Okay, perfect. And would you like to
Yeah.
read this one here on the chat on the screen?
Okay. For example, California-based Advanced Brain Monitoring is working with DARPA on a mask that concentrates sleep to only the most restorative stages.
Okay, very
With
good. Go ahead
military
and read the next one.
With military personnel in mind, ABM has developed a mask called the Somnia Sleep Trainer that exploits 1 or 2 hour windows for strategic naps in mobile sleeping environments.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Great pronunciation. Just this last word here should be strategic. Strategic.
Strategics.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you.
So this is that first technology that we mentioned. Remember we saw the Somnio Sleep Trainer. That was one of the technologies. Okay, and before we talk about it, what are some questions? Do we have any questions?
What
Go ahead, Rodolfo.
does they refer to?
Sorry, could you repeat? There was a problem with your mic.
Okay. What are they referring with strategic?
Okay, so it says strategic, and they're referring to naps, strategic naps.
Can you?
Okay, so what does it mean, strategic? Does anybody know what strategic means?
Strategic.
I think it's like an idea to find something that, I mean, it's talking about Somnia Sleep Trainer.
Mm-hmm. Right, so an idea of how to, in this case, it's an idea of how to take the best naps possible. So we can take naps to catch more sleep, but this Somnio Sleep Trainer wants us to have strategic naps, meaning that they're not just random, they're planned and they're the best naps we can take in a short period of time. So we're getting the best possible sleep in that period of time.
Audrey, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I've heard the expression power napping or power naps or something like that, and I don't know what it really means.
Right, and that's excellent that you brought that up because it's very similar to what we're talking about here. A power nap, usually we use that to refer to a nap that is very helpful in helping you feel more awake. Okay, so even if it's a short period of time, you take a quick nap and you instantly feel better. You feel more energized.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you can use that meaning here with strategic naps as well. So strategic or power naps, how we normally call them, are naps that are specifically planned and designed to make us feel more energized. Okay, excellent question. Any other questions? Okay, this brings up an interesting point. So it says, with military personnel in mind. So some of you have mentioned at the beginning that maybe this isn't the best idea to try and sleep less, but this gives us a reason why they're trying to develop this. So think about the military. Sometimes they don't always have so much time to sleep. So maybe by using some sort of new technology, they can feel more rested even though they're not able to sleep as much. Okay, what do you think? What do you think about using these technologies for things like the military?
I think it's good. I'm a student, and I usually sleep a little of time, so I don't really sleep all 8 hours, all entire sequentially this hour. I sleep 2 and then 3, and I could see that I'm energetic with this way. I can see that it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, especially when you have a demanding either job or, like you said, Joao, you're a student, so you don't always get enough time to be able to sleep. So this could help not only with the military, but also with regular people. Okay, and any other opinions? What do you think? Have your opinions changed from the beginning, or are they pretty much the same?
I'm still pretty concerned because I think that there are a lot of biological processes that happens in your body while you're sleeping, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if the technology they are planning to use can modify them to work
Mm-hmm.
properly.
Right, right. Excellent point. Excellent point. So maybe if we continue, we'll see what.
Ex-
Yes, I agree with.
Go ahead, Diego.
Excellent, excellent.
No,
Okay,
I
okay,
I
go on.
I'm going to say I will going to say that I agree with Rodolfo because military military methods actually military methods nowadays use punishment use punishment and not permit people to sleep for long hours. So
Mm-hmm.
in this case is a punishment more than a strategic to avoid sleep. Not
Ah, I see. I see. Okay, yeah,
Uh,
good point there.
Teacher, I agree with Rodolfo what he said
Teacher?
about it happens biological things with her with us when you sleep 8 hours. I have heard something about it, but I'm talking about my experience when I sleep uh, moments like this 2 hours and then we start in 2 hours. I can feel well, I can feel good. It's not I don't need 8 hours directly to be good, to feel good. It's
Mm-hmm.
just experience of mine.
Right, and I guess that depends on the person, because some people are okay with just a couple hours of sleep, and some people really need that 8 hours, that 7 or 8 hours to feel okay. Okay. Camilo, did you want to say something?
Yeah, yes, I do. I was going to say that as all new technologies, uh, this kind of develop is not going to work as they expect. But I mean, they need to have some to take some risks and to see the all what is going to happen about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you think that it's worth the risk, Camilo, to kind of test this out and see if it can work and if we can improve it? Okay, maybe. Okay, very good. So let's go to the next section and we'll learn a little bit more about this specific technology. Let's see, Diego, would you read it for us?
Okay. Screening out ambient noise and visual distractions, the mask carries a heating element around the eyes, based on the finding that facial warming helps send people to sleep. It also carries a blue light that gradually brightens as your set alarm time approaches, suppressing the sleep hormone melatonin for a less groggy awakening.
Okay, excellent. Just 2 words of pronunciation to point to you. The first one is this one, facial. Facial.
Facial.
Okay. And next is this one, brightens. Brightens.
Brightens.
Okay, perfect. Everything else was great. Great pronunciation. So let's think about some questions. What were some words you didn't understand, Diego?
Okay, bright.
Okay, brightens.
Brightens, yes.
Okay, it also carries a blue light that gradually brightens. Classmates, what does it mean to brighten?
To illuminate.
Right, to illuminate, or to get brighter, you could say. Okay, so it brightens or it illuminates gradually. Okay? Is that okay, Diego?
Okay, the next maybe groggy.
Right, for a less groggy awakening. And this word might be a little bit strange. Has anybody heard it in the class?
No.
Yes, I think it's a kind of an obscure word, but groggy is, in this case, a groggy awakening would be an unpleasant awakening, something that's unpleasant. Okay? So they're trying to make your awakening more pleasant, or reducing the grogginess, the unpleasantness. Okay, any other questions?
I have one question.
Okay.
I've heard before the word screening, but I don't understand what does it mean.
Right, so screening, in this case, let's look at the whole sentence. Screening out ambient noise and visual distractions. So to screen out means to remove something. So we're trying to remove all the noise, all the ambient noise and visual distractions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Any other questions? So we're talking again about this special mask that we can wear to help us get better sleep. And if you'll look at the ways that it works, it's all relatively natural things that it does. So it's not pumping chemicals into your body. It's just removing all the extra noise, removing any visuals. So it's completely dark. It heats around your eyes, it warms your face, so you fall asleep faster, and it has a blue light that gradually brightens or gradually illuminates when it's time to wake up, so you feel better when you wake up. Okay. So
Teacher,
what do you think?
I
Go
have
ahead.
a question.
Go ahead, Joel.
Blue light means blue light, the really blue light. I could understand what it is. Are you talking about a blue light that gradually brightens? It also
Okay.
carries. I could understand this sentence.
Right. So it also carries, meaning it also has, the mask has a blue light on it. So the blue light gradually brightens. It's around your face and it gradually brightens so that you feel better when you wake up. So think about the natural way to wake up. Your window is open and the sun comes out, right? And that's how you wake up, is by the beautiful sun in your face. But this,
Okay.
they have a blue light that gradually brightens. So it's simulating the sun.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, very good question. So what do you think, after we've discussed how this mask works, how this technology works, do you think it would help you to have more efficient sleep?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure, sure. So this paragraph kind of explains how this mask works, how this new technology works. So now that you know a little bit more about it, do you think that it would be helpful? Do you think that it would help you to sleep better?
I'm not still sure about it.
Okay,
Teacher.
and
Think the mask.
sorry, go ahead.
Eye mask is the mask. The eye mask. Mask.
Right. I'm assuming it covers your
I
eyes.
think it's good because when you block in the light, you can produce more hormone melatonin. It helps to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So it's blocking the light so you can sleep better, and all these other things to try and help you get the most out of your sleep, or sleep a lot better in a short amount of time. And Rodolfo, you said you weren't sure. What do you think about this mask?
I don't think if I misunderstood the text, but I don't like the part when it says suppressing the sleep hormone melatonin for a less groggy awakening.
Sounds me like a far page. No, excuse me.
So what do you think about that one, Rodolfo? Why don't you like that?
I think they are suppressing the hormone, and it could be kind of dangerous, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so it is a concern, but the way that they suppress it is not by any kind of chemicals. They're only suppressing it because of this blue light that they bring. Okay, so when you're in
Okay.
darkness, like Joao said, the melatonin is produced and you sleep better, and the light comes in to suppress that hormone, but naturally. It's naturally suppressing the hormone by producing the light. So I don't know much about hormones, but I think it seems like, to me, a pretty safe way to suppress the hormone because it's natural. It's the natural way that your body suppresses that hormone.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, but it's still interesting to maybe be concerned about that. Anybody else? What do you think about the mask? Does it sound pretty good? Sounds
Teacher.
safe? Or what do you think? Go ahead.
I think that these kind of masks must help us because as a workers, as a students we are, and sometimes we feel that we don't have so much time for doing what we want, and it seems to be good, and we
Mm-hmm.
are we are waiting. Yeah, we are waiting for that kind of result.
Yes. Okay, very good, very good. So we'll have to see. Maybe right now you can buy it for $10,000. I don't know. But maybe it'll be cheaper and we can all get one. I think it's a pretty good idea. In my opinion, I think it's okay because it seems to be all natural. And all we're doing is removing the distractions, making things quiet, producing this light. So it's okay to me, but maybe for you it might be a little strange, or you might have different opinions.
So it works like a blindfold.
Right, it's basically like a high-tech blindfold. So you could put just a piece of cloth in front of your face, but this one has all this new technology to make sure that everything is completely silent, no lights coming in, and it has these other features like warming your face, other things like this.
I'm starting thinking that will be very useful for me because I have very noisy neighbors, and I have 2 windows in front of my bed.
I see. So yeah, maybe you might want to pick one of these up. Of course, when it's cheaper. Okay, great. So let's look at this next technology. This was the first one. Let's look at what it was called. The Somnio Sleep Trainer. It's similar to a blindfold. You can imagine a very high technology blindfold. So let's look at the other option. And let me see. Joao, could you read this one for us?
Okay, I can. Other techniques involve passing small electrical currents through sleep, an important part of the brain. TDCS, for example, focuses on the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, developing a brief tingling. After 30 minutes, subjects are nearly awake and able to learn visual search skill at double the speed. They also sleep better later on, with briefer waking periods and longer deep sleep sessions.
Okay, excellent. The only pronunciation here is this one, tingling. Tingling.
What it mean, teacher?
Tingling? Does anybody know what it means, tingling?
A nap?
Say again, Diego?
Maybe it's a nap.
Okay.
A nap.
Not a nap. That's a good guess. A brief tingling.
Teacher.
Go ahead, Rodolfo.
To have
Okay.
Is it something that turns on and off frequently?
It could turn on and off, but it's kind of like a feeling that you get on your body, a tingling feeling.
A current.
Right, it almost feels like a current running through your body. Okay, so this specific technology delivers a brief tingling or a brief current through your brain. Okay, any other questions? So again, this is the other technology. Before we had the facial mask, which was just covering our face and keeping away the distractions, along with some other technologies. And this one actually delivers a current to your brain. Okay, what do you think about this different technology? Do you have more doubts about its safety, maybe?
Yes, more than the other.
This one's a little bit less natural, right?
Maybe dangerous for health.
So we don't know much about it, but we can say that it might be a little bit dangerous because it's delivering this current through your brain in these different locations of your brain. It might be more effective than the mask that we talked about, but it may come with some risks. Okay? Anybody else want to give their opinion? What do you think about the TDCS? This is the other technology.
I think that it can affect some of the nerves terminals or the synaptic process in your nervous system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe it could. That's a good point. The thing that I get maybe concerned about is that if you use this new technology, maybe it might be hard to get sleep without it. So that's my maybe doubt about it, is that it seems like if you're used to having these currents running through your brain, it might be hard when you can't have the current. Okay, so it seems to me like you might become dependent on it.
Yes, that's a good point.
Anybody else? Any other risks or worries you might have about it? Okay, let's go to the next one. There's a little bit more information about it. Actually, this might be a new technology. We'll see. Rodolfo, could you read it for us?
Meanwhile, the transcranial magnetic stimulation induces slow wave oscillations in the brain, pushing us into earlier deep sleep. Do I continue?
Yeah, sure, continue. Let me scroll it down a little bit.
Okay. Whereas the Somnio mask is designed to send its wearers into a light sleep faster, TMS devices might be able to launch us straight into deep sleep at the flip of a switch. Full control of our sleep cycles could maximize the time spent in slow wave sleep and REM, ensuring full physical and mental benefits while cutting sleep time in half. Your 4 hours of sleep could feel like someone else's 8.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So I think this is an interesting paragraph as well, but let's look at some questions that you might have had. Your pronunciation, Rodolfo, was great. Are there any questions you had while you were reading?
Let me think. Slow wave sleep.
Let me see. Was it in the first part?
It's in the
Okay, right.
second part.
Oh, let me see. Slow wave sleep. Slow wave sleep. Okay, so actually I'm not sure what that means. It must be a technical term referring to a specific type of sleep that's most helpful for us.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So I can't tell you maybe the technical definition, but it is, of course, referring to a type of sleep. So we want to maximize the time spent in this slow wave sleep and REM sleep. And do you know what REM sleep is?
Yes, is when you are asleep, but your eyes move very fast, and you have dreams.
Right, exactly. So it's that rapid eye movement sleep, which is the deepest sleep that we can get, the one that's very revitalizing. Okay, perfect. Any other questions?
I don't have any.
Teacher.
Yeah, go ahead, Camilo.
I have a question.
Okay.
I think with this kind of mask, it's gonna help. It's gonna help because it says that it's cut sleep time and a half. So if we sleep 4 hours, it means that we'll sleep 8. It seems to be 8. But
right.
if we sleep 8, it's gonna be the double.
Right. So we're gonna be sleeping for like 16 hours.
I don't think so that we
Okay, but remember, Camilo, that we're talking about the difference between the mask and this other technology. So the mask is different from this TMS technology. So we can see the mask just makes us fall asleep faster.
Okay.
This other thing, this other device can put us straight into sleep. So imagine you lay on your bed and in 1 second you're instantly in a deep sleep. That's what this other technology is trying to do.
I think it will be
Okay.
amazing for elderly people because they struggle a lot to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's a good point too. It could be very useful for elderly people and even other people who have sleep disorders who aren't able to sleep very well. They could just lay on their bed and instantly fall asleep. That'd be wonderful. But we also have to wonder, is that safe? What do you think?
Who?
Anybody? Do you think it's safe to instantly fall asleep or to instantly force your brain to fall into deep sleep?
I don't think so because sleep has some phases, and I think they should be followed gradually.
Mm-hmm. Right, so there's several different phases of sleep, and with this new technology, we're skipping all the first phases and going straight into the deep sleep. Okay, so kind of interesting, could be dangerous. I worry that maybe when you get into deep sleep, you can't come out of it. That's what I get scared about. Maybe you'll just sleep forever. I don't know.
Oh, it's very scary.
Yes, that could be a problem. So hopefully with this technology, it's not dangerous, but I don't have all the information. Maybe it could be dangerous. Okay, unfortunately we are out of time, but we have time for maybe a couple last comments. And of course, I'll post the link again in the chat just in case you'd like to continue reading it, because I do think it's interesting. But anybody want to add some last comments? What did you think about the entire article? And do you think that some of these things could be productive, or that we just shouldn't try to mess with the natural rhythm of sleep? Anybody want to give us a last comment?
I want to say something.
Okay, perfect, Alexei.
I can suggest an invention
Okay.
that is much better of all that masks and can really save large part of your time.
Okay, let's hear it, Alexei.
Just to watch less TV and to sit in social networks, to be in social networks.
You think that doing this, to watch less TV and social networks, that we can sleep much better than...
No. Their basic aim is to save our lifetime. To save our lifetime. Yes?
Which one, the social networks?
And we can just to watch less TV. To save
I
our
see.
lifetime.
I see.
To organize our time.
Mm-hmm. Right, so instead of sleeping less, you need to watch less TV and
Yes,
spend
just.
less time on these other things. Okay, so excellent point. Excellent point. Maybe that's what's taking all our time instead of the sleeping. Okay, very good, very good. So again, I want to thank you all for coming and being a part of this class. It was very interesting to hear your opinions. I hope that you found the article interesting as well. And again, you can continue to read it in the chat. But I hope to see you in the future, everyone. Take care and have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Audrey.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.